I'm back. How are you all doing? So, we're back to turning the page where we meet with authors, those who write, those who journal, and tell their story, um, tell a story of whatever it may be. Life, it may be someone who's a scientist, who's a rocket scientist, who's a cook. But I have one of my good friends that's coming on, known to many of you here in South Florida. She has written a book, one of those anecdotal type, I guess you would say, uh, and I love the title. So before I tell you the title, let's bring in Miss Retha Boone. Five.
Hi, how
Miss
are you
Rita
guys?
Boone-Fye.
Yes, yes,
That's-
please, please. Everybody knew me for years as Rita Boone, and when I met my husband, it's so funny. He said "Fi," and I was like, "Fi, that's a funny name." I said, "Where'd you get that from?" He says, "It's FYE," because I said, "Spell it," and he said, "FYE for your entertainment," and I was like, "Oh, so he's been entertaining me now for a couple of years."
That's funny. That I
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
story.
that's a good one. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um, I'm not even going to say the name of the book yet because it's really one of those that resonates with you. Because how did you even before we even get to the name?
Okay.
What and I guess this will divulge or let the name come out. What made you decide to write a book?
Well, actually, I have been writing all my life. I just never published.
Right,
I've written short stories. I've written, tried to write novels, and I get in the middle of them, and of course, life got in the way.
right,
So I never really got to a point where I did it. In 2018, I guess it was, I became the guardian for my mom. She could not handle her affairs anymore, health wise or business wise. And it started me. And of course, this is all during the pandemic. And all of us have all these dreams and things that we're going to do. I was just telling someone earlier that to me, the richest plot of land on earth is the cemetery because we take all of our dreams and aspirations and all the I shoulda, woulda, coulda done there. So it was like right around then that I said, you know what, I'm gonna try and publish a book. And I started writing, and of course, like I said, life got in the way, and I stopped like at part one because I said if I keep it up, I'll never finish it. So I just stopped right there, and I contacted a classmate of mine who's a published author, Raul Ramos, and Raul said, "Listen, just go ahead and do it. Don't think about it. Just go ahead and do it, and I'll help you through that process." So even though I've written through the years, I've never published. So this was the first time I published, and it's the love and acceptance and just everybody the way they received it has just been phenomenal to me. This is totally unexpected, to be honest, totally unexpected.
right, right. No, that's great. I know you and I talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
So here it is
Yes.
for you all. That doesn't smell sense. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love this picture of you on the back too.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Good photography, good filters.
yeah. That doesn't smell sense. And
Yeah.
ancestral pearls of wisdom,
Yeah.
part one.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. I am
So,
actually literally working on part, and Raul told me, he said, do it this way, put part one. So that way you're compelled to do part two. And so
right.
I am currently working on part two. I hope to have it done within the next few months and have it out as soon as possible.
So,
Also, go ahead.
and it says, so that doesn't smell sense is a compilation of euphemisms, or as I like to call them, or as you like to call them, ancestral pearls of wisdom that many of us heard throughout our lives. And the book came about as a result of hearing these old sayings that have been around for generations, which become personal as we experience them throughout our lives. For
Yes.
years, it's like you said, you've thought you've been writing them down, and you faced the realization that many of your relatives and your loved ones were, going on to the hereafter. So
Yeah.
you wanted to capture. So I just opened the book, and I'm on chapter 7. I said, I'm gonna pick a chapter,
Okay.
and we've all heard this one.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we've all heard this one.
Yes.
You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family.
Yeah. And that's
And I
actually the
mean,
shortest chapter.
and that's probably true in every ethnic group,
Exactly.
every country, whether you speak English or whatever it is that you speak,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even Swahili. I'm
Uh-huh.
sure
Uh-huh.
that they have a saying that you can pick your friends, but you can't
Can't
pick your
pick your
family. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, essentially, it says it all in that chapter that, and the one that really comes to mind is our former president, when his niece, I think it was, she wrote a book about all this stuff that happened, and not just him. Look at Britney Spears and her father.
Oh
They're
wow,
going
yeah,
through,
wow, yeah,
and a lot of it. Sometimes, the most of the time, it has to do with money. And it has to do with
right,
you doing, if, for example, you're doing well and some of your relatives who you grew up with, they're not doing as well. And then when you start kind of what we call coming up, then they come out where, she ain't all of that. Because let me tell you what happened when she was 15, these kinds
right,
of
right,
things.
right, right, right.
So
What
that,
happened when you was 15?
oh, I ain't telling.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all
I'm just
right.
being
That's
silly. I'm
okay.
just being silly.
That's okay. That's okay. But they know what happened. So they're the ones that come up and say, well, yeah, no, she did this. Well, actually, I was a late bloomer. So I didn't really start getting into stuff until I was in my 20s.
Right, right, right. So
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely know that saying. And the thing about it, the other side of that is that we have friends who have become family
I
and
call
are
them I call them family. Yeah.
family. Okay.
Family. Yeah,
Okay.
because they're friends, but they're family, so they're family, you know.
Exactly. There are those persons that you would call before you even think about calling a relative. You
Yeah.
may be going through something. You may need to get something off your chest, and that friend may be that person, like you said, that are family.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So when your hand is in the lion's mouth,
Oh, we all know that one. And my son gave me the end of that. I said, what do you do when your hand is in the lion's mouth? He said, well, you pat the kitty and you ease it out. you know, because you've been in situations that you knew that you did not, someone had the upper hand. And
right,
so you had to really help, kind of paddle around them or paddle around the situation. But you don't learn those things. You see, I was, as a matter of fact, I was talking to a physician friend of mine earlier today. And he said, the funny part about it is we think that our families are so smart. Older folks are smart until we get to about 12 or 13. And then we think we have it all figured out. And we don't learn until later in life that the pearls of wisdom that they were trying to teach us then, they were so wise, but we didn't understand it. And that's basically what happened. I mean, we were both raised and we had Caribbean roots. We both had
right,
Caribbean roots, to be specific. And, I would sit around, and of course, I don't know, these kids today, you can't sit around and you couldn't sit around and have a conversation with what we call grown folk.
right, right, right,
And but you listen to them.
right,
And I would hear my grandmother and her family and some friends say things, and I'd be curious as to, well, what do they mean by that?
right,
What, and one day she said to me, keep living, you'll see,
right,
you'll see.
right,
So, there were a couple of chapters, then I was like, some of these stories, I didn't want the book to be about me specifically. I wanted it to be how I learned those lessons, and whether it was by a parable or something that I heard that they were speaking about. And that basically is why it came about, because I kept hearing, I'm like, you know what? The last time I heard that, my grandmother said so and so and so. and I'll give you a teaser for the book part 2. And she would always say it's a poor rat that only had one hole. Okay, now you've heard that before, but how do you interpret
Yeah,
it?
of course. Yeah, it's been a while since it's been a while since I heard it, but yeah,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
yeah.
and
And
that's basically what I
you're
did.
making me think back about some of the things my grandmothers would say, and I don't know whether it's a Bahamian saying or just one of those, like you said, the older folks. She would say, I'm announcing, but you're not pronouncing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In other words, I'm talking, right? But you're
Yeah,
not.
yeah, you're not
Yeah,
listening.
yeah, you're not exactly. You're not listening. And the title for the book, I'll give you the story about how the title came about. I have an aunt, and I lost my mom on the 1st of this year, and I lost Aunt Lita. We called her Rosalita, Aunt Lita, the 28th of that same month. And I think that profound sadness, because we were in COVID, and any other time we would have been there because she still lived in the Bahamas. And I would call her periodically just to check on her, see how she's doing. And she kept clarity of mind all the way through. And whenever you would talk to her through the years, I would say to her, Aunt Lita, such and such happened to me, or such and such is going on. And I would say, what do you think about that? She'd say, that don't smell sense. In other words,
Right.
it didn't click. It's something
Right.
just not right about it. And so
Right.
when I started writing these parables down, and these pearls of wisdom, as I call them, she came so clearly to me and said, the name of your book should be that doesn't smell sense. And I was
No,
like,
I love it. I love it.
that's how
You
it
know,
came up.
and like I said, these are things that we've all heard: out of the frying pan into the fire.
Oh yeah.
All money ain't good money.
Oh yeah. My favorite actually is chapter 21. I tell
Okay, hold
people,
on. Let me go find that. Then I'm at 18. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
there you go.
Okay, 21. Hold on. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Wait a
All
minute, did I
right.
skip it? Oh, here we are.
Uh-huh.
God don't like ugly.
We hear that all the time, don't we? Don't we? Don't we hear that all the
Yeah,
time? Yeah,
yeah.
don't we hear it? Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and the fact that Raul helped me get it on Amazon, I mean, I'm forever grateful to him, because he made it, the initial, like he said, the first one is gonna hurt. But after that, you become accustomed to it and you don't mind. So I'm working currently on book 2. And I'm hoping that people enjoy it. Like I was saying, my cousin called me. I gave her a copy of the book. She called me. She was laughing so hard. I said, "What are you laughing at?" And she went back to the different chapters. She recited some of the chapters.
right.
She said, "Read, I'm having a ball." And I said, "I wrote it for that reason. I didn't, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna pay my mortgage. I don't care. I just wanted to get it out." And that's what
Right.
I did. That's what I did.
No. And you know what? This is going to resonate with a lot of people, because obviously, as we say, we've all heard these sayings, and no one's really dwelled into them like you have here.
Mhm.
And, and I'm opening the book and I'm reading the titles of these chapters. People know you by the company you keep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
This is really great, Retha. I mean, we're going to do our best to push this out and help you get it out. I'm sure you're going to do very well with this book. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love the concept, and then you're coming out with chapter 2. I mean, excuse me. This is chapter 1, part 1, part 2.
Part 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Part 2.
Well, I thank you for this opportunity. I mean, it was totally unexpected, like I said, and I'd like to publicly thank B. Hines and all the other people who supported me, because I gave her a copy of it when I told her I was going to finish it, and she put me in the Miami Herald this past Sunday in the neighbor section. So,
Right.
I'm just overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. I see you doing very well with this, because again, it's something that resonates with everybody. You know what? I'm going to throw this at you. If you haven't done it, put it in some other languages.
Oh, okay. Didn't think about that.
See?
I'm sure you want royalties for that one too.
You can,
Yeah,
around birthday time, you can break something off.
yeah. Fellow Scorpio, okay?
But this, I know, seriously, I think it would do very well. You should think about that and
Okay, okay.
do it in Spanish and French and whatever else you can do it. I do it in multiple languages and
Yeah.
see, and
As a
I
matter
think
of
it'll.
fact, yeah, I had a friend who speaks Creole, and he came to me and he started reading it. And he came, he says, "Oh, I got some great Creole ones for you." I said,
Yeah,
and the bottom line is they all resonate, like you said, no matter where you're from. We
absolutely.
discover how wise our parents are after we have
Right,
experienced some of the things that they talked about.
right. So how can they get the book?
It is available on Amazon. They just
Okay.
type in the name of the book. And again, as a matter of fact, I just got a copy that someone sent me from Boomer Times. I haven't, they put an article in Boomer Times about it. So it is available on Amazon.
All right, this is wonderful. And I like I said, I really love it, and we definitely got to do what we can do to help you push it out.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you.
that doesn't smell sense on Amazon.
Yes.
Rita Boone,
Bye.
first time public Fi. Rita
Thank you.
Boone-Fye. Let me get it right because
Yes.
I don't want
Don't get him mad
I don't,
because he's my biggest cheerleader.
I don't want your locks changed. So um, again, you can get the book on Amazon. First time published author. We look forward to many, many more. Um, so those of you who are watching, if you want to know more information about the chamber, and if you're an author and you want to come on, turn the page, one thing I'll say, you have to be a member of the chamber because
Excellent.
this is a privilege that members have. So go to www.m-dcc.org or call the chamber at 305-751-8648. Um, and we look forward to seeing you the next time when we turn the page next month. Rita Boone-Fye, author, That Doesn't Smell Sense. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity and keep up the good work, Eric. You're doing fantastic.
Thank you. I'm the head dishwasher. All
I
Matthew,
totally understand.
Matthew, Paris, and Beverly, they're the ones that keep me going. So thank you so much, Retha.
Thank you.
And I must say also, and you as a member also as well, the members, and you as a friend, folks in
Yeah.
the community helping us do what we do. So I truly appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mhm.